Now, so before we start talking something about it, I would like to introduce some collocation about environment, or exactly it is some collocation about global warming. See it? Some collocation about global warming. Okay? Now, may I have someone to read through it? Trung Trâm, can you read through the collocation or the words that we may use in environment? Vì bé này vào lớp toán chuyên cho chị. Vì bé này vào sách này tới đây dạy. Trâm Phương, are you there? Trâm Phương, are you there? Okay.
Disposal of
To lên em, mở micro to lên hộ cô nào. Lại đi em. Come on. Disposal of household daunting task for local authority. So we have daunting task. Em hỏi đi. What else? Mic có vấn đề hả em? Hồi nãy cô vẫn nghe nhưng hơi nhỏ. Cô nghe nhưng hơi nhỏ em. Tiếp này. 9C1 thêm bạn này. Hỏi. Can you talk aloud? Chất lượng mạng kém, nếu chất lượng âm thanh kém, vui lòng kiểm tra kết nối internet của bạn. Do chất lượng mạng rồi. Alright, thank you. Thank you. Another one. Trần Quang Huy.
Yeah.
Now read the highlighted words.
Disposal of household waste is a daunting task for the local authorities. Dump waste, environmental catastrophe, absolute vital. Weather patterns change always. Searing heat, temperature soar, widespread flooding, dire consequences.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we have daunting task. Đấy, tên Rose nhé. Tên Rose. Right, daunting task. Example, disposal of household waste, xử lý rác thải hộ gia đình is a daunting task, là một cái nhiệm vụ khó nhằn. Là một cái nhiệm vụ khó nhằn cho local authorities, cho chính quyền địa phương, đúng không? And the next one, dump waste, xả rác thải. Environmental catastrophe, absolute vital. Weather patterns, change our ways mean change our acts and thinking. Searing heat, thực ra cái cụm từ searing heat với là cụm từ good collocation, còn extreme heat là bằng nghĩa của nó. Searing heat là nóng, gọi là nóng cực độ đấy các bạn. Temperature soar, widespread flooding, lũ lụt trên diện rộng. Dire consequence, hậu quả tàn khốc. Okay. Thank you, Quang Huy. And another one, please. Kiệt.
No. Irreversible climate change, reduce carbon footprint, food miles, offset carbon emissions, hybrid car, alternative energy sources, solar heating, offshore wind farms, introducing green taxes, run dry, finish, run out of, eco-friendly design in architecture.
Very good job, Kiệt. Thank you. So we have dire consequence, nhớ từ die này, die. Cái từ die này chúng ta có thể kết nối là dire consequence hoặc là dire need. Die nghĩa là rất là mạnh, rất là khốc liệt. Dire consequence là hậu quả tàn khốc. Còn dire need nghĩa là cái nhu cầu cực kỳ cấp thiết, nhu cầu vô cùng cấp bách. Chúng ta sẽ dùng từ dire. Vậy từ die này là cái collocation rất là hay và rất là mạnh, đúng không bạn? And we have irreversible climate change. Các bạn biết là nghĩa là gì không nhỉ? May I ask another one that is me? Huệ My.
Yeah.
Now, what does it mean in Vietnamese?
Irreversible.
Irreversible. Irreversible. Nghĩa là gì em?
Giờ là không thể thay đổi, không thể đảo ngược lại.
Yes, right. Tức là không có cách nào để mà cứu chữa được, không có cách nào để mà cứu vãn được. Nó ví dụ như mà nó đã bị nguy hại, thiệt hại như vậy rồi thì chúng ta có làm trời làm đất gì, chúng ta có làm gì chúng ta cũng không có thể thay đổi được cái tình huống đấy, đúng không? Reduce carbon footprint. Carbon footprint means what? Carbon footprint means that is the amount of carbon that a person or a company release into the environment a day. That is, we say carbon footprint. Nhiều người dịch sang tiếng Việt là kiểu là gì nhỉ? Dấu chân carbon, nhưng mà thực ra chính xác cái này là gì nhỉ? Cái lượng carbon mà một cá nhân, một cá thể, một bất kỳ cái gì đó thải ra cái môi trường hàng ngày, trong một ngày, chúng ta gọi là carbon footprint các bạn nhé. Đấy. And then we have foot miles. Foot miles means the distance that we transport the goods to the customer. And we have a verb, offset carbon emissions, mean to balance carbon emissions. Offset đây là động từ các bạn. Offset là động từ mean balance something. Offset something means balance something. Offset carbon emissions mean balance carbon emissions. And we have a kind of car, it is hybrid car. Hybrid car. It is quite fashionable nowadays because many companies try to produce a kind of hybrid cars, right? Instead of the normal car that use their fuel to run every day, they produce a kind of hybrid car, okay? And alternative energy sources, nguồn năng lượng thay thế, is quite similar to you. We have solar heating, right? Quite similar. We have offshore wind farms. Okay, I have translated into Vietnamese here. And we have the way to introduce the pollute, right? Introduce the green taxes to, for example, to reduce the air pollution, example, okay? Run dry means finish or means run out of something. And we have eco-friendly design in architecture. Eco-friendly design in architecture, okay? Now, so just write some words that you find you may use it in your writing or in your speaking. Just write it. Example, daunting task. Các bạn nếu các bạn mà hay đọc trong những cái bài đọc hoặc là hay đọc trong những bài đọc của IELTS, các bạn sẽ nhìn thấy người ta rất thích sử dụng cái từ daunting task này. Và trong những cái bài đọc của IELTS chính là cái cách chúng ta có thể học được từ dùng của họ hoặc là cái cách người ta viết, đúng không? Bởi vì cái đấy là của những người bản ngữ người ta viết, cho nên chúng ta có thể học được từ những cái bài đọc đấy. So have daunting task, nhiệm vụ rất khó khăn, nhiệm vụ cực kỳ khó khăn, nhiệm vụ khó nhằn đấy các bạn. Finish writing. Finish. Come on. Now, so I will invite someone to talk about the topic. Thanh Nga. Now, discuss the first one. Global warming is one of the most serious issues. Agree or disagree? And tell me why it is one of the most serious issues. And if you don't agree, so what is the most serious today? Thanh Nga.
Well, okay. Okay, for this statement, I totally agree with that. As we know that global warming has been a heated debate than ever. So I think that the reason why is that its consequence affects directly on humans' life and all the animals also. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the its effects on humans' life. As we know that when global warming occurs, it's become hotter and hotter. So in this case, people will tend to use some electronic equipment such as fan or air conditioner to make them feel cooler. However, not everyone and everywhere have the enough condition to make them cooler. As we know that people they need and they have to go out to do something or just merely enjoy some outdoor activities. So they cannot always take these equipment with them. Okay, and we haven't mentioned those who don't have enough money or have condition to use these equipment, especially if the homeless people. You know that they even don't have any home, any accommodation to stay. So when it rains, they will get, and they will feel wet, and when it becomes hotter, they may die. And well, this is the fact in some countries. For instance, many years ago, that in India, because of global warming, it becomes extremely hot at that place, so that the old people and homeless people they died because they don't have any equipment to make them feel cooler. And that is one of the most serious problem that the government of that country have to face with that. Okay, so how it influenced on the animals? Well, as we know that the ice has been melted a lot, and that's why the sea level has been rising, and especially those I mean that the animals they live in the the cold weather. They cannot suffer from the climate change. So I just have mentioned the two effects on people and on other animals. So we has already know that global warming is extremely serious for everyone in this world. So that I think that that's why this is one of the most significant issues for both the government and the citizens in this planet. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Nga. Right, very good. So your friend agree because it not only affect the human being but also the animal, right? Yes, thank you. Another one, please. Khả Thi.
Em sợ nó biết ha á cô.
Yes.
Em nói tới biết ha nha cô.
Hả?
Ý là em sợ tới biết ha chứ chưa tới biết một.
Okay, okay. All right. Yeah, you can talk about topic number 2.
Dạ là global warming has always sparked a popular controversies amongst people, and there's many causes that have led to the exacerbations of global warming, and it's imperative that government, and some say that it's imperative the government and some citizens have to take measures to get to grips with the global warming issues. And first and foremost, when it comes to the combinations of the global warming, is the deforestation is one of the main culprits that culminate in the global warming. There's many trees nowadays. They are cut down to make concessions for construction of high-rise buildings or in the manufacture of the paper. And as a result, there's a large amount of land that are harnessed by people for the use of the human activity. It means that the ecological system have lost its balance, and it causes some changes in the environment, like the rise in temperature, and ultimately leads to the global warming. The second main culprit is the greenhouse gas emissions. With the ever-increasing population nowadays, many private vehicles are all the rage, and they have been used by most of the population. And but unfortunately, these vehicles produce a large amount of emissions to the environment, which is harmful, and it leads to the pollution or the change in temperature and causes the global warming. Besides the use of the public transportation, the industrial activity is also an element that leads to the happening of the global warming. The word nowadays is industry oriented. It means that more and more factories are being built to for the use of the human activity, and there's a ton of smoke that is produced by the factories to the environment, and it leads to the air pollution or the change of the temperature because it the smoke can somehow increase the temperature of the environment and leads to the global warming. Additionally, the agricultural farming also is also the reason why the global warming is a heated debate nowadays. Many farmers they can give off the greenhouse gas, and with the concentration of the emission of greenhouse gas that are constituted by the animals, it can do a great disservice to the Earth's temperature and it leads to the global warming. With all of these aforementioned causes of the global warming, there must be some solutions that can be taken by the environment, by the government to get to grips with this. One of these is the improvement of the public transport system. The government should try to supply the public transit with some mod cons that can somehow facilitate the users and help to draw more attention of the citizens. And as a result, the use of the car will decrease, and it also somehow make an impact on the environment because of the decrease in the carbon dioxide or nitrogens. Not only that, but the environment should enforce some environmental laws to, and mete out punishment for some factories that do not obey. It means that they will have to take some draconian measures to make their factories to be hesitant when doing some activities that can somehow harm the environment seriously. And last but definitely not least, instead of using their vehicles that run on the non-renewable energy like the fossil fuels, people should try to use the vehicles that use the renewable energy. It means some kinds of eco-friendly kinds of energy like solar or wind because they do not they are not harmful to the environment and they can somehow protect the environment, if anything. And in conclusion, there are many factors that are taken into account when it comes to the combination of the global warming. And it's very important that the government and the grassroots as well should try to take their measures, take draconian measures, and have to raise awareness of the prosperity so that they can help to make a greener environment and create a community that is worth living. Thank you, Sunny.
Very good job. Thank you, Kathy. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, may I invite another one? Thiên Trúc.
Dạ, tôi biết một hay tôi biết hai.
Trúc chọn số 1 cho ai? Hả? Okay.
Thì tại em biết của cái máy nó hơi tiêu.
Okay. mấy bạn mà chưa. Hà nghe Huyền ơi. Ơi Hà nghe đây. Đi xíu Hà gọi lại. Khoảng 5 phút nữa là xong hết. Are you ready, Trúc?
Yeah, okay. So global warming is the phenomenon that accelerates the increase in global average temperature, and this is caused mainly by anthropogenic activities. First of all, is the ever-increasing burning of fossil fuels for the needs of energy, heat, and procedures in industry. These activities they emit huge greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere and mainly CO2. These gas molecules they prevent the solar heat from escaping off space and turn our planet into a gigantic fireball. The second one, along with CO2, there is another disastrous gas, which is methane. And most methane emissions come from the cattle farming industry. As modern human diets largely include meat and dairy products, cattle breeding has become one of the most prosperous industries in farming, not to say in the whole industry. And an enormous source of methane emissions was caused by the cattle digestion. So what measures should be taken? This needs a collaborative effort from both the industry and the government. Now, first of all, the companies they need to deeper commitment to global environmental agreements like that in the G7 conference. And to encourage them, government needs to reduce tax or subsidize these companies that commit to reduce their fossil fuel consumption. So these companies they will engage in this in the long run. And second of all, we need to launch saving energy projects to slow down the global warming as well as leverage the artificial intelligence to optimize the energy needed for human activities. Another measures to be taken is to embed sensors in human facilities and equipment, and also redesign constructions and equipment in a manner that saves the energy. So all in all, I think that global warming is a disastrous one, and we need to uh, we need to take collaborative effort to solve this problem. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you. Trường Quang thấy cái này chính xe một. Thank you, very good job. Now another one. Khôi. Which one did you choose?
It's the first one. Global warming is
Yeah, the
indeed
first
a daunting task to tackle with. The reason why global warming is
Come on.
Well, I do agree that global warming is indeed I can say this, well, tackling with global warming is indeed a daunting task, especially if we're concerning its um, destruction to the environment, which will exemplify my state. I'm gonna mention about the melting ice, which will, well, therefore the deforestation and melting ice. Both the wood and the ice are the natural habitat of wild animals, and the loss of this environment can cause the large-scale extinction of this animal, like polar bear, penguin, or any species that choose the forest as their house. And global warming also brought about climate change, which can severely affect the life of humans, especially drought and desertification, which will have a detrimental effect on the agricultural industry and especially countries that rely mostly on agriculture, like the third world countries or our country, Vietnam itself. And another problem that desertification brought on is the fact that it destroyed the land that can be used for residential housing. And beside desertification, the increase of sea level due to melting ice is also a considerable issue because it will submerge the coastal city underwater. And the causes or the reason why global warming is um, being worsened is the fact that greenhouse gas emission is increasing in an ever increasing speed. And most of the emission come from factory smoke, vehicle fumes, and partially biological gas from the farm or domestic animal. And of course, cutting out trees. And the solution I can think of is the fact that the government must conduct environmental campaigns to not only raising the knowledge of people about global warming, but also alarm them about the possible destruction of it in the future. And in a smaller scale, in the local and our own family, the only thing that is feasible is to reduce our carbon footprint, start with it with using the uh, energy environmental friendly products like eco-labeling products and do following the 3R what project like reduce, reuse, and recycle. And last but not least is we must, I don't know, understand the risk and solving this problem as soon as possible, unless it will bring the well, extermination to every existing animal in the world, including us. And that's all.
Thank you. Do you have any comment about your friend talk? Whole class? Yes or no? Thank you, Khôi. How about the other ones? Anyone want to talk more? Thank you. Oh. Yeah. It seems we've run out of time again. It is 8:48 again, right? So you have time to rest. Okay, so just take a rest and just write out these two questions into your book and prepare for it. We will discuss it the next time. All right? Clear? That clear the whole class? And you can screenshot these two new words too. Anyone want to screenshot it? Yeah, shut the screen. Or I will send it into the material in our group okay, so that you can see it. But remember to write out these two questions and prepare for it. We will continue it next time. Goodbye, class. Goodbye.
Goodbye.